Husker Sports Network programming begins in 6 minutes. Husker Sports Network programming begins in 5 minutes. Husker Sports Network programming begins in 4 minutes. Husker Sports Network programming begins in 3 minutes. Husker Sports Network programming begins in 2 minutes. And this is our final time check. The network will go silent for the final 1 minute. Husker Sports Network programming begins in 1 minute.
Live from the Acres Broadcast Center inside East Stadium, this is the Nebraska Volleyball Show.
Play continues. Creighton volleyball set in the middle. Tip shot. Diving dig by KLA. Acrobatic. Back row tip shot. Won't work for the Big Red. Now the blue outside. Nora says another great dig. What a rally. Set left. Lexi. Got it. 7-6 Nebraska. That is volleyball. Ellie Bolton serves again for Creighton, and Kayla perfect pass. Jack back, here's the slide. Kayla Caffey, kaboom! Match point, Big Red. 25-16 Nebraska in the third. Sweeping Creighton tonight.
All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down. Here is your host, Jessica Coody, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome into a big show coming up tonight. First hour, we have the Husker Volleyball Show with head coach John Cook coming off a massive victory against Creighton, number 19 Creighton, in a sweep. And then coming up in the second hour, we have the Husker Football Show. Greg Sharpe will be in with Scott Frost to preview the Buffalo matchup coming up on Saturday. But we have to talk Husker Volleyball coming up first. If you have questions, comments for Coach Cook, hit us up on our Woodhouse Auto Family Hotline. You can give us a call or shoot us a text. The Sports Nightly Hotline is brought to you by Woodhouse Auto Family. Shop Woodhouse first. 18 brands, 16 convenient locations, simplified car buying to save you time. Shop, finance, and buy online at woodhouse.com. 402-413-2400. Coach Cook, welcome in. Boy, what a night. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a great night because big crowd, great opponent, a lot of build-up for it. Two teams, started off pretty successful in the preseason, and so that's what you want this time of year is those big matchups. And yeah, it felt our girls were when they went out to warm up and they were coming back in after warm up, they're all like, God, can you believe how many people are here? Because it's just, we get a lot in Devaney. I mean, Devaney's sold out, but to see that big arena with that many, 11,000 in there, they were pretty excited, and so it was fun.
Yeah, I know you were really excited about the matchup, and, Creighton coming off a huge win over Kentucky. Did you get a sense that your team was going to perform the way that they did last night at any point leading up to it?
I knew we would play. No, not really. So, here's the difference. We had 2 days to prepare. Last weekend, when we're playing 3 matches in 2 days, you really can't prepare. And so we had a good chance to prepare for them. They were putting up huge numbers against some really good teams. And so we had a good chance to prepare. And I think our players felt really confident, and that allowed them to play a little more free. And, of course, they like big crowds, so they thrive under that. And so anyway, that was a pretty good effort by our team.
11,279, the official attendance number. Largest crowd this season for a regular season volleyball match. 10th largest regular season crowd in NCAA history. I know that doesn't surprise you at all. You expected that kind of crowd.
Yeah, we do. And like I said, it was volleyball. It's a celebration of volleyball in this state. And there was a lot of Nebraska kids out there on the court on both teams. And probably a lot of high school girls were there watching, and to have 11,000 on a Wednesday night, Fox Sports, and it's pretty epic for volleyball.
So when you walk off the court and then you kind of have time to digest, now that it's been about 24 hours, what was kind of the biggest thing that jumped out to you and what your team did last night?
I just think we really attacked in everything that we did. We served tough. We attacked offensively. We attacked with our blocking defense. So we played really aggressive, and you could see Creighton kind of got frustrated a little bit, but that's how that's how you win matches in the Big Ten. You better attack in everything that you're doing, or you're going to get it handed to you. And I just think we haven't been in a good zone up until last night where they felt confident to do that. And so I kind of saw them. They took a step forward last night and emerged a little bit for how they want to play and getting a feel for that and getting in a better rhythm.
What a night for Keonile Akana, and she went to the post game and talked about that was a big emphasis leading up to it, the serving going into last night, and what a weapon that is. I mean, how big is that to have someone that can get back there and kind of put you guys on a run like that?
Well, she pretty much had a run in game 1, and then the big run in game 2, and then I think she may have had a mini run in game 3. But when you have two really good teams like that, so, whoever can make a nice little serving run, a couple of them, you're going to break it open and separate. So you got to have people that can go back and do that. And she did it, Nicklin did it, and Lexi Rodriguez did it. So we had 3 people that got some runs for us. But Keonile, really that game 2, we were down 4 or 5 points, and she just, I can't remember how many straight she ran, but she got us back in that game and got us a lot of momentum. Made a couple great defensive plays in addition to serving tough. Got an ace or 2, and of course then she missed and let him off the hook. But when you run 6, 7 points, whatever, that's typically what happens. But again, and what happens is, Jessica, that feeds to our other players. Like, okay, I can do this, and it also feeds into our opponent. That they start having doubts.
What goes into that, kind of becoming someone that a team can rely on from the service line night in and night out?
Yeah, it's the best comparison is tennis. Like men's tennis. I mean, you got to be able to serve really tough, or you're just somebody's gonna ram it down your throat on the return. And so, but you can't miss. So you're always riding this fine line of how hard do you serve it, how tough do you serve it, but also not make errors. And last night, one of the ways we measure that is how many aces we have compared to how many errors. So last night we had 5 aces, 5 errors. Now that doesn't take into account all the other stress we gave them, but that's a pretty good indicator it was a good night for us. I think Creighton had 1 ace and 7 errors as a comparison, and their ace was a ball that hit the tape and fell down. So they really didn't ace us the whole night. And I think the other big thing that happens is you have to have a lot of confidence, because it's just you and the ball. There's nobody else messing with you. You don't have to rely on anybody else. It's you and the ball and what you do with it. So it's a big confidence thing, too.
With her, Kinsey Knuckles, and then Lexi Rodriguez back there on the back row, what does that do for you guys and the defense especially? Yeah,
we talked to them about our back row can, everybody focuses on kills and blocks, but your back row can win matches for you. And those 3 are exceptional defensive players. They're very fast athletes. They read the game really well. So if it gets by our block, I think Creighton only had 1 or 2 balls that hit without us touching it. And so it just shows you that was where the relentless part of the defense came in. And they were playing hard last night.
I think the final stat was 69 digs as a team. Lauren on the broadcast was really bragging on the defense, and she was saying, I think she said something about, like, every year the defense gets better, and I don't know how it can get better, but it continues to get better, and saying that this might be the best defense that this team has been playing. Do you see that? Do you feel like this team could potentially be one of the better defensive teams you've had?
No question. No question. You throw in Nicklin. Nicklin might be our best defensive player.
Wow.
But she's also setting, so you don't notice her as much. And we try not to have her dig balls so she could set. But those are 4 elite defensive players. And the last time we had, it was in 2017, we had 3 elite defensive players, Ani Albright, Kenzie Maloney, and Okay, why can't I think of the third one? I can't remember who it was, but I'll think of it here at the timeout. But we had 3 great defensive players, and it really helps you have a balanced defense, and you don't have to rely on blocking so much.
Nicklin, I think 4 straight double-doubles for her, and another one last night, 30 assists and 12 digs. How have you seen her kind of progress? You know, after missing the first weekend, you feel like she's kind of getting into a rhythm and getting back to herself?
No question. She just gets better every day. And you know, she was training great up until, you know, she got hurt in the red-white. And, you know, so it was a big setback because setters need to be in the gym every day. I mean, it's about touch and feel. Just like quarterbacks, you know, they need to be throwing and, you know, getting a feel and the handoffs and pitches and all that stuff. So when you take that away, it messes with their rhythm and their timing and their feel. And it just, the only way you can get it back is it just takes time to get it back. So she continues to progress, and she made some really nice sets last night.
I thought it was funny in the post game, Lauren asked you yes or no question, how close are you to solidifying your lineup, or are you getting close to solidifying your lineup? And you just said no. I mean, how do you, at what point do you want to get to there? Is it something you want to do sooner rather than later? And how do you get there?
Yeah, well, we just let them compete, give them opportunities, and by the time we get to the Big Ten, we gotta solidify a lineup. So that's kind of how we're looking at preseason, because we have options, and depends on the day, and you know, I haven't had a team like that in a few years, so it's you know, I wake up trying to think who to start and why, but bottom line is I tell them the best servers are going to get on the court and the best passers are going to get on the court. So there's 2 ways you can get on the court. Now from there's other factors that come in, but those are 2 great ways to get on the court. And the other player I was in 17 was Sydney Townsend. That's who who was a DS for us, and she was great. So those were the 3 great defensive players we had on that 17 team that won a national championship.
Didn't even need to get to a commercial break before you thought of it.
Yeah.
But speaking of, we do need to take our first break, but more with Coach Cook and talking Husker volleyball. Nebraska 811 says, go dig red. Before you dig, always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free, it's easy, it's the law. More with Coach Cook coming up right after this.
Shop with confidence at Woodhouse Ford. Take advantage of our current offers and vast inventory selection with features you want at a smart price. Schedule a test drive today or shop online with our streamlined sales process. We make it easy to shop, finance, and purchase in person or online at WoodhouseFord.com. Choose your experience and find your next vehicle at Woodhouse Ford in Blair, Omaha, or Plattsmouth.
The Nebraska FFA is growing leaders
and building communities.
Together, we are strengthening agriculture.
The Nebraska FFA Foundation believes in our future leaders and the communities they serve. We believe in the future of agriculture.
Join us in the I Believe in the Future of Ag campaign. Learn more at NEFFAFoundation.org. Brought to you by Aurora Cooperative. Tougher together, Aurora and you. And Frontier Cooperative.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Valentino's handcrafted pizza has been a Husker fan favorite for generations, with tradition baked into every pizza. And now, Valentino's Pizza, Poster, and Pepsi is back. Get 2 jumbo one-topping pizzas for $17.79 each when you buy 2 and a free Husker football schedule poster. Add a 2-liter of Pepsi for only $1.99. Place your order for carry-out, curbside pickup, or delivery at valentinos.com. Valentino's, proud to be the official pizza of the Huskers. Go Big Red.
The game isn't just about winning or losing. It's about the snacks they share after they've used up all their energy in the field. It's the early morning practice before school and staying late after to get a couple more kicks in. It's the pride they feel for their team and the determination to always keep improving. Sure, the game isn't always about winning or losing, but when they've won the big game and celebration is in full swing, there's only one thing left for you to do. Get them home safe. Buckle up and back. Paid for by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2021 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. It'll get you off the beaten path with 8.7 inches of ground clearance, more than Toyota RAV4 or Honda Passport. It's the best Outback ever. The 2021 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Comparison based on competitor information from manufacturer websites as of July 2020. Visit Beardmore Subaru in Bellevue or at BeardmoreSubaru.com.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Shop Woodhouse Chevy Buick in Missouri Valley, Iowa, and experience the Woodhouse difference, where our sales staff is here, ready to help you find your perfect new car, truck, or SUV. And with over 100 new vehicles on our lot with more arriving daily, we're sure to have something for you. From the Buick Encore to our heavy-duty trucks, we have the best selection available. Find new roads and shop all of our inventory and offers at WoodhouseChevy.com or visit us at our dealership for a test drive today, making car buying easier. This is Woodhouse.
Did you know that cigarette butts make up a large portion of microplastics in the ocean, which end up in 70% of seabirds and 30% of sea turtles? Bank of the West is helping to solve this problem by not financing big tobacco, proving that what a bank chooses not to finance can be just as important as what it does. Learn more about what we do and don't finance at bankofthewest.com/change. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's football season. Husker Nation and Famous Dave's is here to make your tailgate, house party, or get-together famous. Award-winning and house-smoked St. Louis-style ribs, Texas beef brisket, Georgia chopped pork, and house-made sides like our Wilbur beans, creamy coleslaw, and Dave's cheesy mac and cheese will surely tackle any barbecue craving. Visit FamousDaves.com for all your catering and online ordering needs, or come visit us at our locations in Lincoln and Bellevue.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus. Insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
When you're ready to pursue a career-building college degree, go with the school you know and trust, the University of Nebraska. And if you need the flexibility, convenience, and affordability of an online degree program, you can go online with the University of Nebraska. With courses developed specifically for the online learner by our 4 regionally accredited NU campuses, it's a valuable online education for your very real-world future. Go to online.nebraska.edu to learn more.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game. Welcome back into our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer with 27 locations across Nebraska and into Kansas. Acres, solutions for every field. Welcome back into our Husker Volleyball show. I'm Jessica Coody with head coach John Cook. Get your texts and calls in for the coach, 402-413-2400. Got a couple of texts for you here, Coach. First one was what? Let me pull it back up. Coach Cook, what was your message to the team from the past weekend's performance to Wednesday's matchup? How did you get them so fired up and ready to go? Great W for sure Wednesday night. Go Big Red.
I just think how big a crowd there was going to be, all the hype for the match. I think that got them thinking about having a great effort against Creighton, and we talked about Creighton would bring out the best in us, and that was really the message. There's not a lot of whole magic to that. It's this is a pretty motivated group on their own. I don't really have to motivate them very much. But again, like I mentioned earlier, we had a chance to prepare. So I think that also helped, as opposed to just playing teams. We never have a chance to prepare, because we're big on that, and we prepared hard for every match. But so it was just a combination of those factors, and they knew Creighton was really good. I mean, I showed them the numbers, and they beat Kentucky and USC last weekend, and that should fire them up.
John from Denver, you'll remember he texted in last week that they would be coming to watch on Friday night. Said, thanks for the great advice you gave last week regarding newbies attending their first Husker volleyball game. My 6- and 8-year-old boys love the experience. Do volleyball schedules get made out years in advance, like football schedules? Any insight you can provide about the non-conference opponents that you prefer to play? By the way, my 8-year-old bought your book to read for his 3rd grade assignment. Go Big Red.
Awesome. I hope he gets a good grade on it and enjoys it. Our non-conference schedule, we have a couple ways that we approach it. One is we want to try to get some big matches, and so we're in a deal with Stanford and Louisville and Kentucky on week 4. So we have 4 weeks of non-conference, basically. And you can only play a limited, basically we can play 8 to 10 matches is what we're allowed to play. We can't just play as much as we want, is what I'm saying. So that's week 4 is taken care of. And then typically, depending on where our players are from, we try to go to their home city. Now, right now, everybody on our team pretty much is in Big Ten territory. Nicklin Hames is one, but we're going to Louisville next year. So that's pretty close to where she lives in Marysville, Tennessee. The other one, Keone Lay's from Hawaii. So we go to Hawaii for beach. So we got that covered. We've already been to San Diego for Lexi, and that pretty much covers everybody. So if we have somebody from a certain location, then we'll try to schedule to go back to their hometown, or we'll go somewhere where I want to go or haven't been. And I really, one of the things I'm thinking about is, we've tried to work this out, and COVID messed it up, but we want to go to the Naval Academy or Army and West Point, and just
that'd be awesome.
Let our players see that, experience that. So that's one trip we haven't made. So we're working on that in the next year or two. A lot of people have asked us, why aren't we going to Ireland with a football team? And we talked about that last week. And I have mentioned it to Trev. I did right after the show last week, and he's looking into it. And so I'm sure there'll be some discussions. Other than that, we try to get as many teams as we can to come here and play, and we actually pay them, some of them, to come here, so we don't have to return. So that's kind of how we do our non-conference schedule, and it's kind of a crapshoot every year. And again, with COVID, we had a lot of teams were coming and canceled, and so there was a lot of scrambling going on. But typically we try to play local too. And when I say that, the Kansas States we ask every year, Iowa State we try to play, Creighton, UNO. We talked about South Dakota coming down. They've got a great team, or is it South Dakota State. So yeah, those are Wichita State's come up here and played before. So we also try to keep it kind of in the Midwest, and that way. And a lot of teams that come and play us will have some connection via a player that they recruited, most likely, and they'll want to come and bring that player back, just like we do the same thing for our players.
Do you use that in a recruiting pitch, that, hey, look what we do, we travel to try to get to close to where you're from?
Yep. We just had a huge recruit in last week, and she's in a place that we don't go in the Big Ten. So I promised her we would go back there and play a couple times in her hometown, because she lives in a kind of a, I'm not going to say where, but it's not an easy place to get to, and but there's a college there, and so we promised her we'd go back or somewhere close by to play, just so her family and friends could come and watch. And and typically what we try to do, like with Lexi's son, not only do we go back and play at University of San Diego, we also went out to San Diego to play beach, so we spent a few days out there doing that. So we hit that twice. And I actually like going when we have time to go on beach, because if we're out there for 3-4 days, or where if we go to a beach type place. That way, you play beach, and then you can go out to dinner. Lexi had everybody over her house.
That's cool.
You get to hang out. You meet all the grandparents and nieces and nephews. They're all hanging out, and they come in the hotel, and we just hang out. Or the beach, and so same thing in Arizona with Lauren. I think we've been there every year for beach that she's been here. So that's even better than just flying in, playing a match, and flying out. So anyway, we really make a big effort to do that. And yes, it's a big pitch in recruiting.
That's awesome. So was there a time, like maybe a specific match that you played, that you had something like that where you met a family that made you want to do that every year, or was it just something that kind of developed over time?
It is just something that when you recruit somebody, you build a relationship with them and their family, and so it's just a way of, okay, they have to come here all the time, so we want to go to your place and just make that connection. And again, what I always see is, they'll do something for our team, with our team, as a family, and so it just builds all those relationships. So
yeah, you got to think it brings a team closer.
Yeah, and it's actually a lot of fun because and I did it when Lauren went to UCLA. I mean, we got them to come here for a tournament. Of course, they beat us, but we had the whole team over to our house for a dinner and cookout, and it was awesome. I mean, it was, even though it was a UCLA team, but at that time, it was our family hanging with the UCLA team and hosting them, so it was really fun.
That's awesome. Okay, so Kayla Caffey, the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week, boy, she was big for you guys this weekend.
Yeah, she's, like I keep saying, I think she's our most improved player, and she's putting up some great numbers, and she's really improved as a blocker. So, yeah, we hope she keeps it going here because she's doing some really nice things and giving teams fits.
What's gone into that improvement? How has she been able to improve so much?
Yeah, I think she's in a master's program, and she only has one class to graduate in December, so she doesn't have a huge workload. That's one thing. Two, she worked really hard. We finally got a chance to train her in our program. Remember last year with COVID, we really couldn't train her like we normally do. She never really got a year of lifting and being with Brian, and so this summer she got 9 weeks of really doing good training, which I think, her vertical went up 3 inches, and she already jumps out of the gym. So that just shows you what our strength program can do when we get them for the blocks that we want. And I just think Tyler's done a great job of training her and teaching her the game, and a lot of times those athletes, they just rely on their athleticism. Well, now we're trying to make her smart and rely on our technique and be able to see the game better. So that has also kicked in. So it's pretty cool to see. I mean, that's what makes coaching fun.
Got another text for you. Coach Cook, Callie seems a little more explosive this season. Does that come mostly from the weight room? That one's from Dave.
Yeah, Dave, she was actually named Lifter of the Year, and we gave her the award at the Red-White game, and she's worked really hard, and it's a good observation by you. She is more explosive, and I think she's doing some really nice things, helping us. And we always knew she was a great blocker, and now she's become more offensive.
I mean, obviously I know like certain positions, but are you getting a sense for which player can provide you certain things when you need it in the middle of a certain set or match?
It's like playing craps, although I don't gamble. Seriously. No, I don't have a feel. It's night to night. You're just, you want your team to play well, and there's just different people that have stepped up. Last weekend Whitney was really good. Last night she wasn't very good. But we're looking for is a high level of consistent play. And that's what coaches want, somebody that's consistent and they know what they're going to get. And we've had a lot of ups and downs, and again, it's early, and that's what the non-conference is for, and we've been rotating the lineup, which makes it harder. So part of it is just those circumstances, but like I said, eventually we're going to get some consistent performers and put them in a lineup and go.
One player that's been a mainstay for you and has been solid out of the gate, Lexi Rodriguez. I mean, Did you expect her to be able, and I know it's a long season, but, initially as a freshman, I'm sure sometimes you don't know what you're going to get out of the gate. Did you expect her to be performing the way she is?
Yeah, I did, because she came in January, so she trained with us in the spring, and I saw what she did in practice. So she has, so here's one way, in our gym we give nicknames to certain things. And if you get more than one nickname, you're doing pretty good. Keonile right now has 4 nicknames. So, but that's kind of a badge of honor. The more nicknames you have means the more good things you're doing.
That's awesome.
If you're a really good server, really good defensive player, a really good setter, it could be 3 nicknames right there. So Roddy has a couple nicknames already, so she's earning her keep.
Do you remember, the first time you saw her play, and where you initially kind of knew that she'd be a fit and could potentially do big things for you?
No.
No?
She was an 8th grader when I watched her, and then we had her in camp going into 9th grade, and I wasn't ready to offer her, but Kayla Banworth, who's coaching at Ole Miss now, basically came from the Olympics to work with us. She was begging me to offer her, after camp. And back then it was legal, so I don't want to get in trouble. It was legal back then. Now it's not legal. But she was begging me, so I'm finally like, okay. I figure if Kayla has as good a gut feel about her, then, and anyway, she's done a pretty nice job.
Yeah, so the recruiting rules have changed, and we were just talking about that during the break. How has that affected how you recruit? And again, it's across all of volleyball, and a lot of women's sports are like this, where it's changed when you can talk to them, when you can have official visits, and all of that. How does that change what you guys do in terms of recruiting?
Well, we've had to work a lot harder because it's now lumped into about a 6-week window. So once you hit the ground running, and all the parents are complaining about it. It's just too much pressure in too short a time. So, and it's forced the coaches now. Typically, we would offer one player. So let's say we're going to offer you, and we would say, okay, take your time. But that's typically in 9th grade or going into 10th grade, and you have plenty of time to think about it. You can make all the unofficial visits you want. You can go to camp. But now you can't make unofficial visits till you're going into your junior year. So that is just really delayed everything. And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. Well, they can do all this during their high school season, which they don't have free weekends because high school kids are playing every weekend. So then they're trying to come midweek, and then they figure out, well, I can't do this. So they're trying to get it done before their season starts in August. But you basically only had a month there July 1 is when they can go visit, or we could actually, they could actually come on campus for camp. But in the summer, there's no school, you're not playing. So it just
doesn't seem like that's very beneficial for the kids.
It's not. And so the NCAA wants them to take their time and really shop and make a great decision, because the transfer portal is on fire, as you know. So, but now the way they did it, kids they're feeling pressure, and they just get sick of it, and they want to get it over with, and they realize they can't take all the visits because they have to miss their high school stuff. So we need to adjust it.
Do you think adjustments will come, and when might they come? You don't know.
I have no idea. The NCAA, forget it. Forget trying to predict what they're going to do. If it makes sense, they probably won't do it.
Right.
So.
And then there's all these the talks coming up about who knows what the future of it looks like.
Right.
So we'll see. But hopefully that does change, because you just you need some time to figure all that out, and if you're rushing them, then that's again probably adds to the transfer portal. If
right.
They don't know, if they're not sure, and then they come and then they figure it out, and then the transfer portal is, like you said, popping.
Yeah. So it's a tough deal, but our coaches group, AVCA, I think has put a proposal forward to adjust all this and make it not so stressful. But, when you're doing 8 Zoom calls a day with 8 coaches, okay, that's not right. If they could do some homework to get up to that point, and go on official visits, check places out, then now you can start conversations, or be able to start conversations sooner and let them work through all that and have plenty of time, and then they can decide where they want to go visit and do it over the summer or into the fall, or even in the spring would be nice.
All right, got to step aside for another break. I see your texts rolling in. We will get to them right on the other side of this break. 402-413-2400 if you have a question or you want to give us a call and talk to Coach Cook. And again, you're listening to the Husker Volleyball Show. Buckle up and put the phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Momentum. It's building at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. With game-changing work in precision agriculture, nanoscience, and digital humanities. We're unlocking mysteries in brain research, solving the impossible with remote surgery using robots. And we're creating bold futures with world-leading research in early childhood education. We don't slow down, and we're not letting up. We are Nebraska.
Double espresso for Matt, large ice mocha for Greg, $2,022 for Katie. Oops.
Everybody's mind is on the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball's Rockin' 15 promotion. Until September 25th, buy a Powerball with Power Play ticket and enter for a chance to be one of 15 to win $2,022 and a chance to win $1 million.
Sorry for the mix-up, Katie. Here's your latte.
Forget the coffee. Where's my $2,022?
Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
You and your vehicles work hard for the important things in life. Trust high-quality AmeriGuard lubricants by Sap Brothers to protect engines, equipment, and your investment at an excellent value, so you can save money for the things that matter more. Like sending your future Husker off to college. Contact your local Sap Brothers petroleum expert for more information on AmeriGuard lubricants. www.sapbrothers.net/petroleum. Sap Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Husker Athletics.
It's football season. Husker Nation and Famous Dave's is here to make your tailgate, house party, or get-together famous. Award-winning and house-smoked St. Louis-style ribs, Texas beef brisket, Georgia chopped pork, and house-made sides like our Wilbur beans, creamy coleslaw, and Dave's cheesy mac and cheese will surely tackle any barbecue craving. Visit famousdaves.com for all your catering and online ordering needs, or come visit us at our locations in Lincoln and Bellevue.
What is highbid.com? It's the online auction site for just about everything under the sun. Art and antiques, cars and coins, office equipment and furniture, toys and tools. You can find it all at highbid.com. Highbid.com gives you access to thousands of auctions across the USA and around the world. Browse the most popular auctions, search for the exact item you want, or just explore the site. Go to highbid.com. That's HIBID.com and find what you're looking for today.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2021 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. It'll get you off the beaten path with 8.7 inches of ground clearance, more than Toyota RAV4 or Honda Passport. It's the best Outback ever. The 2021 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Comparison based on competitor information from manufacturer websites as of July 2020. Visit DeToe Subaru at 27th Street and Jamie Lane in Lincoln or DeToeSubaru.com. Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red. Hey, Husker fans, if you're looking for an exciting new career as part of your pandemic recovery, Iowa has over 75,000 job openings in industries such as healthcare, advanced manufacturing, construction, IT, and ag. IowaWorks.gov has more information about job openings, earn while you learn apprenticeships, and exciting training and scholarship opportunities. Find your next great job in Iowa. They've got a solid game plan, a bright future, and want you on their team. www.iowaworks.gov.
Wait, time out, Mom. Instead of using ketchup on your hot dog, pour on some of this Dorothy Lynch. Good, huh?
Yeah, talk about serving up an ace.
Did you see that? She spiked it.
Yes! Am I going to be watching you play for the Huskers someday?
How about you get me some more pizza, and then we talk about it?
Share the tradition of one-of-a-kind flavor that goes with anything. Game day or any day. Dorothy Lynch, endless flavorabilities.
It's Game On at Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont, featuring our winning combination of Buick SUVs and GMC trucks and SUVs. And as a GMC Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles for your business needs. For the convenient and easy way to shop for your next vehicle, just visit our Fremont location or check out our full inventory at SidDillonBuickGMC.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
We are professional grade.
Did you know that cigarette butts make up a large portion of microplastics in the ocean, which end up in 70% of seabirds and 30% of sea turtles? Bank of the West is helping to solve this problem by not financing big tobacco, proving that what a bank chooses not to finance can be just as important as what it does. Learn more about what we do and don't finance at bankofthewest.com/change. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Valentino's Pizza, Poster, and Pepsi is back. Get 2 jumbo 1-topping pizzas for $17.99 each and a free Husker schedule poster. Add a 2-liter of Pepsi for only $1.99. Valentino's, the official pizza of the Huskers, the way pizza should be. Welcome back to the Husker Volleyball Show with Coach Cook. Got a few texts for you. Dennis wants to know, when do you think Lauren Stivrins will be playing again?
You know, I can't really say for sure. I just know her workload is tremendous right now. Everything's still is controlled, but we're getting more and more each day. We start pushing the more randomness of playing volleyball, but physically she's doing really well. Like I said, I think she's in 3-a-days right now with rehab, with working out, and then coming in the gym. So we're pretty encouraged. I made the comment today, she looks like a caged animal, that she's just wants to play and turn it loose so bad. And that's what it feels like being around her. And but anyway, so it's hard to say, you know, but she's making really good progress. That's the best way I can put it.
Mark says, how about a radar display like in tennis and baseball so fans could see the speed of kills?
It's ironic, whoever this is, Mark?
Mark,
Where's
yep.
he from?
He didn't say. He just said
Mark. Were you inside a conversation we had last week? We talked about getting radar guns on our servers.
That'd be awesome.
And my Jalen and our video guy, Brian, said Hawaii men's volleyball actually has radar guns on the ends of the court. And our gym is similar to that. And they just put them there, and it just, like baseball, it pops it up every time. Now, men are jump serving a lot more than we are, so they're getting some big numbers. But, again, it would be pretty interesting on the float serves to see what that is. And we'd like to use it for training, actually, so that the players can get feedback. So it's something we're looking into, and maybe we can make that happen.
There you go, Mark. And this one is from Cindy. Coach Cook, how did you learn about prospects when they were in 8th grade?
8th grade, well, first of all, in the state, we hear people will tell us, and then our coaches are out and our grad managers are out, and we see them in club tournaments, or because a lot of them will play club, or we hear about a great athlete. So that's one way. The second way is we recruit 8th graders and watch them as 8th graders so we can get them to campus as 9th graders. Now they can't come to campus till they're juniors, so that's going to slow that down a little bit, which is great because we get a chance to evaluate them more. But we've already identified you know, our 9th grade class, whatever, 20, whatever that class is, I mean, we've already identified a group of them, and then we'll continue to watch them now for the next 2 years and decide, you know, who we want to recruit. So, but typically we'd be deciding next summer. That's the way it was until they changed the rule a year ago.
Okay, one more quick break, and then we have one final segment with Coach Cook and a couple big matches coming up this weekend and then at Stanford. So we're going to talk about that on the other side of this break. Nebraska 811 says, go dig red. Before you dig, always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free, it's easy, it's the law.
Husker fans, looking for a seat in Memorial Stadium? Custom 3-game mini plans are available now for only $195. Choose any combination of the 6 games available. Matchups available in the 3-game plan include the home opener versus Fordham, Buffalo, Northwestern, Michigan, Purdue, and Iowa. Don't miss this opportunity to join the greatest bands in college sports and help fill Memorial Stadium. To build your mini plan, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it is safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief, nutrition, or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Valley 365 is here, and the time is now to take your farming technology full circle. Valley 365 is the ultimate command center, the new single sign-on platform that brings together our tried and true technology and streamlines your entire operation. Combining the best features of AgSense, Valley Scheduling, Valley VRI, and Valley Insights, Valley 365 is the next level solution for connected crop management. Leverage your data, make the most of your time, and own your tomorrow. Contact your Valley dealer today.
Shop with confidence at Woodhouse Buick GMC and find your next vehicle. Our knowledgeable sales team is eager to help you find a vehicle. Plus, get you on the road faster with our streamlined sales and buying process that you can start online. We have over 100 new Buick and GMC models with the features you want at a smart price. Visit our indoor showroom or shop online anytime at WoodhouseBuickGMC.com. Experience the difference and shop Woodhouse Buick GMC first.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Hey, this is Jimmy Buffett. I am so happy to be bringing my Broadway musical, Escape to Margaritaville, to you. It's got all the songs you know by heart, a few new ones, a great cast, and dancing that'll knock your flip-flops off. Get ready to set your mind on island time and get your tickets today. Fins up.
At the Lead Center, September 10th through 12th. Get your tickets today at leadcenter.org.
September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and the Team Jack Foundation raises funds for childhood brain cancer research. Please consider supporting the Team Jack Foundation by texting JACK to 243-725 or visiting teamjackfoundation.org. Final segment here with Coach Cook before Greg Sharpe will be joining us with Scott Frost for the Husker Football Show. Coach, you just had your first ranked win of the season, and you got a couple more coming up. Well, Saturday against Utah, and then Tuesday, the first really long road trip at Stanford. Let's talk Utah first. I know you are really raved about Danny Drews for Utah.
Yeah, she's a National Player of the Year candidate. I've watched her for 4 years. She's a super senior. We actually played in Hawaii against her in Beach when she was a freshman. So anyway, she's just fun to watch. She's a left-handed. She does everything. And so in Utah, I mean, I think last time they were here, we had a 5-game war with them in the NCAA tournament. And they're a very strong program and very well coached. So this is going to be a fun match, and it's fun to play when you get to play against great players like Danny, and she competes. So as a fan, I'm excited to see her come and play in the Devaney.
So how do you slow her down?
Well, that's up to Tyler and Jalen to figure that out.
And then Tuesday, first long road trip. You'll leave out Sunday and then play at number 14, Stanford. What are you kind of looking for in that matchup?
Well, it's a big trip. Stanford is a great team. I mean, I think of the last 6 national championships has been won between Stanford, Nebraska, and now Kentucky. So there you go. They have great players, and we're going there to play, which, it's a long road trip. So it'll be a great challenge for us. But we need to go somewhere on the road big like that against a great team to prepare for the Big Ten, because we're going to be seeing that every week in the Big Ten.
Hey, you talked about preparing and that how well your team prepared for Creighton. I mean, what's the key to preparing for Utah first and then turning right around and preparing for another good team in Stanford?
Yeah, we have a couple days to do that, and but I think the other big thing is we got to fly to the West Coast, different time zone, which 2 time zones in the Big Ten. We only have 1 time zone we have to deal with, just playing in a different gym. We'll be on a wood floor. We're on Terraflex here. There's lots of things that go into it, and playing a great team. So it's a good challenge for us and a great preparation for Big Ten.
And everything is new for these freshmen, right? Just kind of getting them acclimated to how this thing all works.
Yep. Got to throw them in the fire.
One more text to get to. Randy from Scottsbluff. When we are watching the games in the Devaney, the stat board will show blocks with a half a block, 4.5. How is there a half a block?
So my understanding is on a block. So if I block by myself and nobody's around me, I'll get 1 block. But if you and I block together, we'll get a half block each, and that's what they call it, because they're not sure who actually blocked it, but we were both together, so we'll both get credit for that. So that's how the half blocks come in there.
So kind of like a half sack on
yeah. If two guys,
football field.
Two guys, yeah, it would be a half sack. So
again, we talked earlier about the lineup. What do you? Passing again is what do you be looking for out of your team this weekend?
See how practice goes tomorrow, and see who's got the eye of the tiger. And again, a lot of the decisions I make are who our best servers are, because you just saw how important serving is. And if you don't serve tough, I don't care how good a blocking defensive we are, you're going to have a hard time stopping people. So serving is one of the great ways to give our team an advantage. And so we've got to have 6 great servers out there.
And you feel like, again, with every challenge, you had the home weekend where you had the quick turnaround and then the ranked opponents back to back to back. You feel like this team's on the right trajectory?
It was one night. We'll see. They did a nice job in practice today. Sometimes you're worried about it'll be a big letdown after last night, but they actually came in and got after it pretty good today. So, but I think this team, because of the competition we have, it's hard to take a day off in our gym. So, I think they understand that and they embrace it, and they're working really hard.
Well, we got Coach Frost coming up next. You want to stay and co-host the show with Greg?
I got to get back to work. I'm a day behind.
I bet you'd be a great co-host for this show.
It would be fun. I'd love to do football. But
well, Coach Cook, we appreciate your time and a great win last night, and look forward to another big weekend in Devaney with number 20 Utah coming up at 7:30, and then on the road at Stanford.
Yeah, Saturday will be a fun day. Football, volleyball. I don't know what soccer's doing, but those are great days for Husker fans.
And yours is going to be inside, which will be nice.
Yeah,
they can escape the 100-degree weather from the football game and get some nice air conditioning in the Devaney.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, again, that is our Husker volleyball show. Thanks to Coach Cook for joining us. Dorothy Lynch, home style and light and lean dressing, endless flavorabilities. Again, Coach Cook and the Husker volleyball team coming off a 3-0 sweep over Creighton. Coming up next, Scott Frost will be in with Greg Sharpe for the Husker football show. Keep it here on the Huskers Radio Network. Thanks again to Coach Cook for joining us for the last hour. I'm Jessica Coody, 402-413-2400 to get those texts and calls in for Coach Cook. Thanks for listening.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
When was the last time you got excited about seeing a new bank in town? Exactly. Well, that's about to change. Introducing i3 Bank. With nearly 100 years of experience right here in Nebraska, friendly service, innovative solutions, and a wide range of convenient banking options, i3 Bank has it all. Locally owned and managed, i3 Bank offers a higher level of personal attention that you simply won't find anywhere else. Visit i3.bank to learn more. i3 Bank. Intelligent banking. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
Score a game-winning drive when you buy your next vehicle at Sid Dillon Chevrolet. As a Chevrolet Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles, including medium-duty trucks and low-cab forwards. Whatever vehicle fits your needs, we're here to make the purchase process easy. Visit our Chevy locations in Blair, Crete, Fremont, or Wahoo. Plus, shop our full inventory at SidDillonChevy.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Chevy, find new roads.
Woohoo! Business Technology 1, network downtime 0. Being a game-winning IT network takes hard work and an experienced technology coach. That's why our game plan includes Marco. Marco helps our entire business infrastructure perform better and score big day in and day out. With Marco's veteran experience guiding our team, every season is a winning season. Find out what your technology could be saying at marconet.com.
Live from Acres Broadcast Center inside East Stadium, this is the Nebraska Football Show.
Davis is the back. They turn, fake the handoff, looking right, and gets hit and dropped. A sack on the corner blitz from Quentin Newsome back at the 22-yard line. His first career sack sets up 3rd and long. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Urban behind Martinez in a pistol. 4th and 2 from the 4. Hickman in motion from right to left. Lines up as a wing, turn. Fake the handoff. Adrian keeps himself, slides through a tackler. He dives. He's in. Touchdown, Nebraska.
All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down. Here is your host, Greg Sharpe, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Thank you. Welcome to our football show for the week. The head coach with us for the next hour. If you want to be a part of the program, here's the number, 402-413-2400, with a call or a text. We're also up on our YouTube chat, or YouTube channel, and you can get the chat room in there and fire some questions at us that way as well. Huskers coming off a 52-7 win over Fordham. Progress, right? And you had to feel like there was some nice progress made between week 1 and week 2.
Absolutely. I think the execution was better. We played better up front. Didn't make as many mistakes. So we're moving in the right direction, and we played a lot closer to the way that I expect us to play.
Defensively, gave up a drive in the first quarter and then kind of locked it in. What did you make a bunch of adjustments, or did the guys just settle into the game a little more?
No, I think they just settled in. They had a good game plan. They were kind of checking what we were in and trying to hit us with specific plays based on what they were in. That, you know, the defense needed to work a little more on disguising things and not giving stuff away. But you know, the guys kept playing hard and really shut them out after the first couple drives.
Offensively, the first drive I know didn't go the way you wanted. You dug yourself out of a nice 3rd and long. Adrian made a nice scramble to get it up the field, but I know you love those opening drives that end in points. That one didn't.
Yeah, I want to see us come out of the gate with a little more consistency and urgency, and we didn't really get that done on the first drive. Adrian scrambled to get us a first down and made an individual play, but collectively I wanted us to execute a little better on the first drive.
You said this, I think, after the game. You thought the offensive line played better in week 2, like most of the team did. Did the film bear that out when you went back and broke it down?
It did. I thought they played aggressively. Some of that has to do with having a better idea where they were going to be lined up and what they were going to be doing. I think the guys were prepared really well for the game, and it showed on the field. We still needed to block the perimeter a little bit better, try to make some of the 10-yard runs be bigger runs than that by blocking downfield a little better. But all in all, I thought it was a good effort.
That group, your first 2 weeks, you've really limited your penalties. That's been a nice thing to see. I mean, I think you had 2 Saturday. There was an offside. I think Omar flinched on the outside, and 1, I think, he had an offensive lineman move. That's pretty good. 2 games and only have a couple of those procedure-type penalties.
Yeah, we've been emphasizing that, and I think it's paid off. Unfortunately, the penalties in the first game just came at the wrong time in game-changing situations. But all in all, I think the guys are doing a good job being consistent and making good decisions, and hopefully that leads to fewer penalties all year.
Adrian's play, much better, right? Week 2, his numbers really solid. He ran it well. It seemed like he just looked like he had a bit more of an air of confidence in his play on Saturday.
Yeah, I think he's a step faster than he's been. He's more confident. He's comfortable. There's not a lot of things he hasn't seen. So he just needs to keep playing the way that he's been playing and not be subject to a costly play here and there. And if he can keep up the level that he's playing at with consistency, we're gonna accomplish good things.
The game, I'm not sure you could have scripted it much better. You got a nice lead, comfortable lead. You got a chance to play some other players, which meant for all of us and for Logan Smothers, the first chance for him to play a college football game. How did he handle himself out there?
He did really well. Came in there, made some good throws, made some good runs, made good decisions. Lost 1 fumble, just needs to take care of the ball, and I thought he could have finished that play a little differently. But generally speaking, I thought he came in and had a really good debut, and look forward to more from him.
Pretty nice to be able to let him play and kind of run your stuff, right? Because a lot of times you get lopsided games, you're just coming in and kind of handing it off a little bit. Maybe that even happened to you a time or two when you played here in Nebraska. But he was able to run your stuff when he came into the game.
Yeah, we wanted to give him a chance to run the playbook and execute it. And we kept, on his first drive, I think 3 of the starting 5 offensive linemen out there. try to give him a good experience in his first experience, and then got those guys out. The second O-line did really well, and we kept moving the ball, and we had several backs come in and I think do good things. So it was good to see a lot of guys get some reps.
Yeah, and get reps and perform pretty well, as you mentioned, too. That's always a big thing there as well. Your kicks were much better this week. I thought all phases of the kicking game, minus the muff punt. But other than that, where have you seen that group in the first 2 weeks?
Well, it's been better. I mean, led by kicking the ball through the end zone on kickoff. That's going to help us a bunch. We shouldn't have to cover too many if they keep kicking it like that. I thought we punted the ball a little bit better. We made our kicks on PATs, and a lot of good things came out of Saturday.
Yeah, it was overall a really well-rounded effort. It's only the third time in school history Nebraska had over 300 on the ground and 300 through the air. Two of them have happened with you as the head coach. The other one was that Wild Friday game you had in Champaign a couple of years ago. So pretty good balance shown. Did you identify a lead back, or are you not quite ready to crown Marquise as that yet?
No, I tell you that a lot of guys played well in that game, and they've all had extremely good weeks of practice. I think they've all stepped their game up, and part of that's due to the competition there. So we're going to keep going with the hot hand and the guy that practices the best, and I think it's going to be a week-to-week thing until somebody establishes themselves.
The big fella, got to see the big fella run the ball a little bit on Saturday. I get a chuckle out of watching him run. He just punishes people.
Yeah, we're trying to have the big fella but not be quite as big.
Quite as big.
But he's done a good job of that, and he's definitely got a bright future and can be a weapon if he's in shape and knows what to do, and we'll keep bringing him along.
Yeah, well, that was fun to do that. All right, Coach is with us for the hour, 402-413-2400, the number to dial us up with a comment or question, or if you want to jump into the YouTube chat room, you can do that as well. Andy in there said, Coach, talk a little about Cam Taylor-Britt. How do you work with him this week? He's had a tough start in the punt return game.
Well, Cam's a passionate guy. He loves football. He loves his teammates, practices his tail off. A passionate guy is going to take it pretty hard when they make a mistake. And, Cam made a mistake in the first game. I thought, Saturday he had a chance to field the ball off a hop to try to avoid having the ball roll on him, and decided to field it, and it took kind of a weird bounce on him. I trust him. So we got to continue to put him out there, and he's the best guy that on our team to try to make a play on punt return. So he'll get his chances, and we'll see if there's other people that get chances as well.
How about your kickoff return team? They've not really been able to advance one yet. What is it? A block here or there? What do you see from that group?
It's a block here and there. I think blocking on the front line of kick return is one of the hardest jobs in football, and you got to get a lot of guys to get their block on the same play to make one of those happen. And we got a fast guy back there returning it, so if we give him a seam, we're going to have a chance, and we'll keep taking our chances on popping one.
All right, head coach with us until the top of the hour. Time to tell you that you can go. Nebraska 811 says go dig red. Before you dig, always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free. It's easy. It's the law. A lot of times when you get a game where you play so many players, it kind of adds a little spark to practice. Have you noticed that this week when you came back to work on Monday?
Yeah, the guys approached the week well. They're taking this game seriously. I think they're excited to play. We got to come out and execute and be consistent and play to the same level we played to last Saturday, and try to stack another game on top of the first one.
You crossed paths with John Cook. He was headed out. You were headed in. He asked you how you're going to handle the heat. It's supposed to be 96, 98, something on Saturday. What do you do with that?
Not a lot you can do. You can't air condition the whole stadium. So we're going to limit warm-ups a little bit, try not to spend too much before the game, get our guys ready without pushing them too hard, try to rotate guys and keep them cool when they're on the sideline, and hope the fans can stay safe too. That's a hot stadium to be in if it's that warm, and unusual heat for this time of year, but we'll deal with it the best we can.
Husker Athletics did come out today and say that the folks are going to be allowed to bring in one bottle of water of their own. They don't have to, and then they can get that refilled throughout the day. So taking precautions for that. I do think the west side will probably find some shade as the game moves on. The east side, which is where you're going to be on the sideline, probably not. Hottest game you played in? Anything come to mind, something that you played a really smoking hot game, pro or college or high school maybe, even out of Wood River?
It probably would have been in the pros. You know, we had training camp in Orlando when I was with the Buccaneers in my last stop, and man, that's a steam room in July and August. Had guys getting IVs after every practice, so it's funny. You get used to cold, you get used to heat too, and we've had our guys in it quite a bit this summer, so hopefully we handle it well.
You probably learn a lot about your training staff and your nutritionists and all those people. This is where they're invaluable, aren't they, for a week like this?
Yeah, they are. We got to, we're on the kids to hydrate starting right now and make sure that they're full of fluids before the thing even starts, and then they got to keep dumping them in as we go along, and the trainer's going to be important.
Hey, folks, you could win a 2021 Ford F-150 XL four-wheel drive Super Crew truck from Woodhouse Auto Family this season if the Huskers return their first or second half opening kickoff for a touchdown. Woodhouse is going to give away an F-150. New contestants will be chosen each week. For details on how to enter the Woodhouse Auto Family kickoff contest and official rules, go to Huskers.com/Woodhouse. This week's winner, Bob Summers from Hastings. Congratulations, Bob. Good luck to you. We'll be rooting for you on Saturday. Need to step aside, get a break in again, 402-413-2400. A lot more with the coach coming up.
A DUI is everything you didn't prepare for. You did not save for it. You did not train for it. You did not go to school for it. You did not raise your family or buy a house or get a job for it. It is not your life goal or a dream come true. You have planned for everything in your life. You did not plan for a DUI. Get a ride. A DUI costs more than you think.
Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You always dreamed of owning your own farm. Now you're living your dream, and it's time to pick up the tractor that makes it all come together. Massey Ferguson has reinvented what compact and utility tractors can be and redefined what they do, making them easier to operate, more comfortable to drive, more versatile than ever. Massey Ferguson gives Nebraska farmers the power and performance to win in the field. Manzer Equipment in Osmond, Nebraska is your full-time Massey Ferguson dealer. Proud supporters of the Huskers and Nebraska farmers since 1975. You could win a 2021 Ford F-150 XL four-wheel drive Super Crew truck from the Woodhouse Auto family this season. If the Huskers return the first or second half opening kick for a touchdown, Woodhouse will give away an F-150. New contestants will be chosen each week. For details on how to enter the Woodhouse Auto Family Kickoff Contest and official rules, go to woodhousekickoff.com. That's woodhousekickoff.com.
Treatment for kids fighting brain cancer has not changed for over 30 years. If a child survives, they will live with the side effects from the treatments for the rest of their lives. This is Rex Burkhead. The Team Jack Foundation invests in impactful childhood brain cancer research to find better treatments and one day a cure. There's a lot of work to do to beat this disease, and we need your help. Donate today by calling 855-RUN-JACK or by visiting teamjackfoundation.org. Your help makes a difference.
Walk these fields for 85 years. Grow deeper roots here. Know what thrives here. Bring in world-class genetics and innovative traits like Chrome triple stack corn hybrids and Enlist E3 soybeans. Refine it through pure local know-how and expertise. Do all of that, and the only thing left is the right seed. Hogemeyer. Learn more at therightseed.com.
Hello, I'm Tom Osborne.
And I'm Coach Frost.
Statistics prove that youth who are mentored and receive support and guidance from a caring adult show measurable improvement in academic achievement, motivation to succeed, and hope.
Over the past 30 years, Teammates has served more than 43,000 youth, and right now there are more than 1,000 waiting for a Teammates mentor to visit with them once a week in school.
For more information on how you can help the Teammates Mentoring Program, please go to teammates.org, and thank you for supporting our youth.
Sponsored by Nebraska Crossing Fast Cash app.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Wait, time out, Mom. Instead of using ketchup on your hot dog, pour on some of this Dorothy Lynch. Good, huh?
Yeah, talk about serving up an ace.
Did you see that? She spiked it.
Yes. Am I going to be watching you play for the Huskers someday?
How about you get me some more pizza, and then we talk about it.
Share the tradition of one-of-a-kind flavor that goes with anything. Game day or any day. Dorothy Lynch, endless flavorabilities.
Did you know that cigarette butts make up a large portion of microplastics in the ocean? which end up in 70% of seabirds and 30% of sea turtles. Bank of the West is helping to solve this problem by not financing big tobacco, proving that what a bank chooses not to finance can be just as important as what it does. Learn more about what we do and don't finance at bankofthewest.com/change. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, I'm Tom Osborne.
And I'm Coach Frost.
Statistics prove that youth who are mentored and receive support and guidance from a caring adult show measurable improvement in academic achievement, motivation to succeed, and hope.
Over the past 30 years, Teammates has served more than 43,000 youth, and right now there are more than 1,000 waiting for a Teammates mentor to visit with them once a week in school.
For more information on how you can help the Teammates Mentoring Program, please go to teammates.org, and thank you for supporting our youth.
Sponsored by Nebraska Crossing Fast Cash app.
It's Game On at Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont, featuring our winning combination of Buick SUVs and GMC trucks and SUVs. And as a GMC Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles for your business needs. For the convenient and easy way to shop for your next vehicle, just visit our Fremont location or check out our full inventory at SidDillonBuickGMC.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
We are professional grade.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
We're back. It's our Husker football show. The head coach with us tonight. We're inside of our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer with 27 locations across Nebraska and into Kansas. Acres Solutions for every field. 402-413-2400, the number to dot us up with a comment or question. Mentioned that you passed with John Cook. He made a comment about moving a lot of dirt out here. This new facility is obviously it's football oriented, but it is going to have things for all student athletes. You've always thought that was pretty important, didn't you? That all student athletes can benefit from something like that.
Yeah, I think it was vital. This is the most valuable piece of real estate on campus. It doesn't just need to be for football. We need to be able to have all our student athletes have the access to campus by being right here in the Horseshoe, and they're gonna be able to eat and study and have all those resources right here next to campus, and I think that's going to benefit everybody.
Expected to be done in June of 23, so obviously anybody you're recruiting now can take advantage of that, right? I'm sure it's got to be a big part of your pitch.
Yeah, we're about 1.5 years away, and it's going to be exciting. We were talking, it's going to be fun to see some structure go up, and I think that'll be happening pretty soon. So we're getting closer, and that's going to be a big piece of the rebuild.
I don't think it's really affected practice at all, though it might get a little noisy with the graders and all that going on while you practice. It did change. You got off the bus over here. You can't walk around the stadium like you have the last couple of years. How'd you even get in the stadium?
We just came in here on the east side, and I'm sure we'll keep doing that. The only change for practice, we can't kick balls north to south for PATs and field goals. It'll end up on an excavator. So we're kicking south to north most of the time.
Don't want to lose those. All right, let's head to the phones. Let's go to Minnesota. Tim, you're up first tonight with the coach. Good evening.
Oh, great. Hey, Coach Frost. Behind you 100%. Despite the maybe frustrations, it's fun to just watch how you guys are doing things the right way. Okay, got some questions for you. First, in thinking about how we'd have a good practice and sometimes a disappointing outcome in the game, what do you think goes into translating a great week of practice into a successful game, say like Fordham or last year's Rutgers or Penn State or something like that? That's the first question. Second question is, to what do you attribute the improvement? I know there's still plenty more room for improvement, but the noticeable improvement in special teams, what do you think has been behind that? Also wondering if you had ever thought of, bringing someone in to speak when it comes to that. And specifically one Brandon Rigoni, what is it? They used to call him the missile before we had this difficult run on special teams. It seems like he was one of the best coverage guys we've ever had. In fact, there was, some of you might have even remembered the showdown with him and Mark Manning, and something like that. But I'm encouraged, and thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. A lot there.
Well, I remember Rigoni. I was coming back and working out when I was playing in the NFL and got to know Brandon real well. And he had the infamous Mark Manning tussle. Brandon, I just want more guys like Brandon that live and die for the team and play whatever role they need to play. And a lot of times that ends up on special teams. I think we have more of those this year. Coach Dawson has taken over as running all of our special teams, and his discipline and attention to detail is really starting to show in the special teams play. And we got a lot of guys, the Taggies and Phelan Sanfords and multiple others, Isaac Giffords, that are on the majority of the special teams, and those guys are really embracing that role. So hope the improvement that we've seen continues to grow. You talk about practice. We preach to our kids all the time that you win or lose the game on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Those are our hard days of practice. We kind of install and have a tough practice on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday are really the work days, and usually you can tell how you perform by how well Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday went. It's been a little bit frustrating here because we've had some weeks where we've had really good practices and then made some mistakes in games that we didn't see all week in practice. And I think that's just a product of continuing to grow into more of a mature team, more of an experienced team. These kids are playing really well right now, practicing really well. We've got more talent than we've had. They still need to go out and win games and put some wins together, and they believe right now, but winning really makes you believe. And these guys need to experience how to win, how to do the right thing in tough situations, and the more experience you get with that, the more often it happens.
Tim, appreciate the call. In our chat room, Andy, who says he's from Broken Bow's got a hunting question. Want to know if you've ever participated in the one-box hunt.
No. What's the one-box
I don't
hunt?
know. Andy's going to have to write me back.
I suppose it's a group of guys to get one box of shells and see how many birds they can get with one box of shells.
Fun. A little competitive.
But I've never done that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of good hunting stories, but none of them involve a one-box hunt.
Okay. Children of the Corn in the chat room says he wants to thank you for signing his brother's retirement flag from the Air Force. So there you go.
Yeah, anytime. Gosh, there's so many great Nebraska fans, and we're grateful to them, and little gestures like that are well worth the time.
Dorothy Lynch, Homestyle Light and Lean Dressing, Endless Flavorabilities. This is a big weekend, 20th anniversary of 9/11. You're going to wear commemorative uniforms. There's a lot of pretty neat and patriotic type things that are planned for the pregame show. Everybody's been talking all week long. You were playing pro ball, right, when that day hit everybody?
Yep, I'd just been released by the Jets, so I left New York and was at a hotel in Berea, Ohio, playing for the Cleveland Browns, and woke up in my hotel room and made myself a cup of coffee and turned on the TV and saw what was happening, and the whole world got put on hold for a while. Sad day.
BTN last night ran a special. Nebraska played the first college football game after 9/11. They played it on a Thursday night. It was Rice. They did a wonderful job on BTN of documenting that whole day, where Nebraska flipped it. The tunnel walk usually has the Huskers coming out. Well, the Huskers walked out on their own, and then coming out of the tunnel walk were the first responders. It was really, really well done. Also fun to see a number 7 running the football. Eric Crouch had a pretty good day that day watching him around. But Nebraska did a marvelous thing 20 years ago, and I'm sure we're going to have a pretty good performance on this Saturday.
Yeah, we have a tendency to forget things too fast, and this will help us remember a lot of the emotions and sense of national pride that we had back then, I hope. And there's so much division right now. We probably need something to bring us all together.
It was fun watching EC run the football around. I think he probably could still run a little bit.
Man, I wish I was as fast as Eric. He was a special player and a great guy.
Good guy. Good to have him around. I haven't seen him for a while. I hope he comes down and maybe pops into our booth for one of these days. 402-413-2400, the number if you want to dot us up with a comment or question. Let's talk Buffalo a little bit. This is a team that was played for the MAC championship a year ago. This group's got some talent, don't they?
They got a lot of talent. Really impressed watching their defense with their pass rush and D-line. They got some quick guys off the edge and some interior pass rushers. Got a couple conference-type linebackers. They're experienced in the secondary. I think their quarterback's a good player, really efficient. They got lost their NFL running back, but I think this kid's about the same guy. Good receiver core with a transfer receiver, and we got our work cut out for us. So we need to show up and play with the same attention to detail and energy we played with last week.
Talked to a guy at Buffalo this week, Coach, and he said, we owe a lot at our program to Turner Gill. He said we weren't much of a program, and then Turner got us going, got us on the map, won a MAC title. He said we think really fondly of Turner Gill. You obviously played for Coach Gill, and I believe he was your quarterback coach when you were playing here.
He was. I think that much of Turner too. He's a better man than he is coach, and he's a great coach. And I actually went up and visited Turner once when he was with Buffalo and saw the environment and saw the culture that he built. And I have no doubt that they're still enjoying some of the things that he led them to.
How old were you when Turner was playing? You'd have been pretty young.
Oh, he was, what was he, 80 to 83?
Yeah.
See, I was 8.
You were probably starting to learn about football at that point in time.
Oh, I was living in Palestine, Texas with Mom and Dad and my brother. And for Christmas that year, Dad called Boyd Epley and got a program autographed by all the team, and I still have it. And it was my favorite Christmas present ever. Had Mike and Irving and Turner's autograph and the rest of the team, and yeah, I still have it.
The scoring explosion.
That's right.
Those guys, pretty cool stuff there. Hey, Valentino's Pizza, Poster Pepsi, it's back. Get 2 jumbo one-topping pizzas for $17.99 each, and a free Husker schedule poster. Add a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi for just $1.99. Valentino's, it's the official pizza of the Huskers, the way pizza should be. 402-413-2400, the number to dial us up with a comment or question or fire off a text. The NFL season is underway. The Cowboys and the Buccaneers getting going. A couple of former Huskers on both of those teams. We're back to talk more football with the coach coming up next.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2021 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. It'll get you off the beaten path with 8.7 inches of ground clearance, more than Toyota RAV4 or Honda Passport. It's the best Outback ever. The 2021 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Comparison based on competitor information from manufacturer websites as of July 2020. Visit Beardmore Subaru in Bellevue or at beardmoresubaru.com.
Welcome to Ag Answers, where we answer common questions related to farming and ranching. Today's topic, animal agriculture. There's been a lot of talk suggesting that giving up meat is good for the environment. However, livestock emissions only account for less than 4% of greenhouse gas emissions, according to the Environmental Protection Agency. Also, by reducing meat in your diet, you're missing out on all sorts of beneficial nutrients like protein, iron, and zinc. This message is brought to you by Nebraska's corn and soybean farmers.
From vintage sneakers to bacon-scented soap to water fountains for your pet, all can be had with a few simple clicks. Problem is, you never really know what you're going to get until they show up at your door. Introducing Ford Blue Advantage. It's used car buying that's built for you. Not only can you shop for used vehicles online, in person, or both, you can also test drive before you buy, so you know exactly what you're getting. Plus, get history reports, vehicle inspections, Ford warranties, and the expertise of factory-trained techs. Visit FordBlueAdvantage.com today.
Want to get all the latest Husker news straight to your phone? Need to be the first of your friends to get the scoop on all things Huskers? Sign up for text alerts from Nebraska Athletics. Text Huskers to 83200 to get game time notifications and updates, breaking news, special ticket offers, and more straight to your phone. All the Husker news is just a quick text away. Just text Huskers to 83200. Standard text messaging rates apply and may vary by carrier.
Hello, I'm Tom Osborne.
And I'm Coach Frost.
Statistics prove that youth who are mentored and receive support and guidance from a caring adult show measurable improvement in academic achievement, motivation to succeed, and hope.
Over the past 30 years, Teammates has served more than 43,000 youth, and right now there are more than 1,000 waiting for a Teammates mentor to visit with them once a week in school.
For more information on how you can help the Teammates Mentoring Program, please go to teammates.org, and thank you for supporting our youth.
Sponsored by Nebraska Crossing Fast Cash app.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pre-game routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Score a game-winning drive when you buy your next vehicle at Sid Dillon Chevrolet. As a Chevrolet Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles, including medium-duty trucks and low-cab forwards. Whatever vehicle fits your needs, we're here to make the purchase process easy. Visit our Chevy locations in Blair, Crete, Fremont, or Wahoo. Plus, shop our full inventory at SidDillonChevy.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Chevy, find new roads.
It's football season. Husker Nation and Famous Dave's is here to make your tailgate, house party, or get-together famous. Award-winning house-smoked St. Louis-style ribs, Texas beef brisket, Georgia chopped pork, and house-made sides like our Wilbur beans, creamy coleslaw, and Dave's cheesy mac and cheese will surely tackle any barbecue craving. Visit famousdaves.com for all your catering and online ordering needs, or come visit us at our locations in Lincoln and Bellevue.
You live in a smart home powered by Cox Internet, so you're not thinking about the pizza delivery. You're thinking how nice it is to get everyone together for a fun night. You're not thinking about the pizza, maybe just a little.
Cox Home Life. Show me the front porch camera.
Pizza!
View your Cox Home Life cameras right from your TV using your Contour voice remote. Visit cox.com/thisishome to learn more.
Advertised features require subscription to Cox Internet and Contour TV. A high-speed internet connection is required. Home Life Security Services subject to Home Life Security Service Agreement. Cox Home Life Services provided by Cox licensed entities. See cox.com/licenses.
From vintage sneakers to bacon-scented soap to water fountains for your pet, all can be had with a few simple clicks. Problem is, you never really know what you're going to get until they show up at your door. Introducing Ford Blue Advantage. It's used car buying that's built for you. Not only can you shop for used vehicles online, in person, or both, you can also test drive before you buy, so you know exactly what you're getting. Plus, get history reports, vehicle inspections, Ford warranties, and the expertise of factory-trained techs. Visit FordBlueAdvantage.com today.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Great job, everyone. Printers, great coverage. Phones, quick pickups. Firewall, tough defense. And network, way to carry the whole team. Ever since Marco started calling our technology plays, we work smarter and our whole game is more streamlined. Marco's all-star services and support give us the winning edge. Find out what your technology could be saying at marconet.com.
Our Sports Nightly Hotline is brought to you by the Woodhouse Auto Family. Shop Woodhouse First, 18 brands, 16 convenient locations, simplified car buying to save you time. Shop, finance, and buy it online at woodhouse.com. It's our Husker football show for the week. The head coach with us until the top of the hour. If you want to be a part of the show, you can call that Woodhouse Auto Family Hotline at 2400. Either call or fire off a text at that same number. On our text line, Jim in Columbus, I think Adrian played more like he did as a freshman, definitely had more time. Will you run more sweeps? Because it seems like he was really effective with that.
Yeah, he's just comfortable with who he is, what he's doing, comfortable with the scheme and the offense. He made some really special plays on Saturday, and that's what we've been seeing all spring and fall. I expect more out of him, and I really like the place that he's in right now, physically and mentally.
I'm going to test your Husker knowledge here. Tomorrow night, the Nebraska chapter of the National Football Foundation Hall of Fame is going to induct last year and this year's Nebraska Football Hall of Fame class. A member of one of the classes, Doug DuBois, who was an all Big 8 back, 82 to 86, so kind of right at the end of Turner Gill, who we talked about in the last segment. What do you remember, Doug DuBois?
Number 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to those games and watching him, and there was such a good string of running backs through that time, from Rozier to DuBois to Redwine to I Am Hip, and then on into the 90s. And I was as big a Nebraska fan as there is.
Doug DuBois, he is going into the Hall of Fame with a whole class of people, 2 classes. In fact, the 21 class is a bunch of guys who played on the 71 Husker team that won the national championship, and they're going to be paying tribute to that group throughout the football season. So it'll be a special night tonight. They will be honored then on the field at the game on Saturday. So that'll be fun to see some of those former great Husker players. Van Bronson's going into the Hall of Fame. He played on the 71 team. So a lot of fun things going to be happening.
Yeah, Van Bronson was from Shenandoah, Iowa. My parents ended up living there. Dad coached in Shenandoah for 2 or 3 years. So I got to see Van in the probably 2005, 6, 4, 5, 6 era.
Yeah, good player.
Congratulations.
Great player. Congratulations to all those guys. Again, both classes, because last year with COVID, we couldn't enshrine the 2020 class. So both the 2020 and the 2021 class going into the Nebraska Football Hall of Fame. Banquet tomorrow night that I'm going to be a part of, and then the team will be honored at the game on Saturday. Let's talk a little bit about your tight end position. Chancellor Brewington, tell me about this guy. I mean, this was a late addition to your roster. He's made some impact plays for you already.
Yeah, Chance is something else. I got so much admiration for him. We weren't even expecting him. I think he's really good friends with or related to Javen Wright, and I think Coach Lubick got a phone call at one point, said this kid's in the portal, he's thinking about transferring, would like to walk on at Nebraska, and we watched one game of him and said, yeah, you can walk on. He showed up on the practice field this summer, and I saw him and didn't know who it was. It was a big, athletic-looking, big-bodied receiver, and he came into camp and was playing receiver, and we got real thin at tight end real fast, and he picked it up quick and has been doing a really good job for us. And it was good to see that paid off with a touchdown on Saturday.
That was a really cool moment for him to do that, and he's, I think, going to be a nice impact player for you for years to come. We talked about in the last segment that they've kicked off the NFL season tonight with the Super Bowl champion Buccaneers taking on the Cowboys. Pretty good list of, I think it's 27 former Huskers in the league. That's obviously another point that you probably take to the recruiting trails, how many guys you can put into the NFL. They all want to hear about that when they're in high school.
Yeah, we'd been in a little bit of a dry spell, so it's good to see some guys from last year's team making it and doing well. I know Jack Stoll, I was excited to see him make the team, and Farniak and Hymas, and we need to have the type of team that we're putting several in every year, and I think we're growing towards that. Expect more this year and even more in years beyond.
This game tonight has a handful of former Huskers. I'm not sure if Indomitian is playing tonight. He just came off the COVID list, but obviously got a Super Bowl ring last year, as did Levante David, as did Khalil Davis, who pretty fortunate for him to get drafted by that team, and then that franchise goes right out and wins a ring year one. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's some luck. A lot of guys play long careers and don't have a chance to even play in one, much less win one, and congratulations to those guys.
We had Tony Tuioti on the show last week, and I asked him, I said, what was it like coaching those twins? Because those guys were characters. They really were.
They were. They're great kids. They did a great job. We weren't the most talented team on the field through some of those games, but those guys could play with anybody, and they had heart and passion, and it's no surprise to me that they're doing well at the next level.
A little bit of a mean streak, right? A couple of personal fouls on those fellas.
Yeah, a couple times it might have gone a little too far, but they're definitely the type of attitudes that you want on your team.
Yeah. Well, this weekend's game's at 2:30. Is that helpful for you and the staff for getting guys on campus to come watch you play, some potential student athletes? Is that better at the 2:30 kicks?
Yeah, to be honest, the coaches like the 11 o'clock game,
Well,
so we
yeah.
can get done and move on. 2:30 is the next best, and it's going to be hot, so we'll be in the middle of the day, but excited to be out there with the fans again, and especially on a day like 9/11 and able to honor that. Should be a special Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be electric, I think, for the pregame ceremonies for that game this week. The Huskers 2:30 with Buffalo, and then back to the 11 next week for Oklahoma to wrap up the non-conference portion. College football's off and running. The game on Monday night was between Louisville and Ole Miss. Coach, I think there might have been 5 targeting calls in that game, and most of them look kind of legit. Are we getting I think the biggest thing, and I've seen a lot of people opine about this week, is that there just doesn't seem to be some consistency. In fact, the Big Ten came out today and said they missed one in the Ohio State-Minnesota game last week that should have been called. Where do you come down to that? Are we getting closer to getting that thing figured out and getting it done right?
I don't know. Protecting the players always needs to be the first priority, and I think it is. The referees have a tough job, and split-second decision, trying to make those decisions is tough. It's even tough sitting up in the box with crowd booing or cheering and making the decision in 30 seconds or however long they get to do that. So, I feel for those guys. It's a tough penalty to judge and to enforce, and we try to train our kids not to hit anywhere above the numbers, and hopefully that'll pay off. But inevitably, sometimes the target drops on you without you knowing it, and it's bang plays. And I think you see a lot of times where there's nothing that could have been done, and it's just an unfortunate play.
Deontay got busted with that a couple times last year. He's such an aggressive player in that safety spot. He played really well for you last week. Had the 2 picks, but looked like he did some other things well for you as well.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a great guy and a great leader and a good dad. I love Deontay. Love having him on the team, and I'm glad he decided to come back. I think he's got a future in football. We were just talking about that, and look forward to more good plays from him.
It looks like you've been able to, even with he and Markel both back, you've been able to get Miles Farmer some snaps back. I know you like his upside as well.
Yeah, we got some young guys that I think are ready to get their chance to play back there. Miles, Noah Poole-Gates has had a really good camp, and I think would be great back there. And Kobe Bretz and Isaac Gifford and others that I think would do just fine if they were forced into playing time. So got some depth there, and I think that'll help us, especially on a hot day like Saturday. Not a safety, but in that secondary, true freshman Buford got on the field for you Saturday. You must like him. Yeah, Marquise, you said this after the game, but he's really embraced his role on special teams, trying to help the team any way he can, and he's done some good things on defense and teams. 402-413-2400, the number if you want to dial us up with a comment or question. Time to remind you to buckle up and put that phone down. It's a reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Still one segment left for the coach. Come on back. We got some more to talk about.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts. Husker fans, stay up to date with the most current and latest news by following the Big Red on Facebook and Twitter. These social media homes provide the fastest daily updates on everything surrounding NU athletics, including game results, ticket promotions, and Husker prizes. Log on to also follow several sports-specific pages and Husker head coaches. Become a fan today at facebook.com/Huskers and twitter.com/Huskers to join and interact with thousands of Husker fans around the world.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. For the 4th year in a row, the University of Nebraska system ranked as one of the top 100 institutions worldwide in earning U.S. patents. The NU system was granted 38 patents, and of those, 27 were awarded to UNL researchers. The result? New startup companies, jobs, and university licensed products that grow Nebraska's economy.
Hey, this is Jimmy Buffett. I am so happy to be bringing my Broadway musical, Escape to Margaritaville, to you. It's got all the songs you know by heart, a few new ones, a great cast, and dancing that'll knock your flip-flops off. Get ready to set your mind on Island Time and get your tickets today. Fins up.
At the Lead Center, September 10th through 12th. Get your tickets today at leadcenter.org.
What is highbid.com? It's the online auction site for just about everything under the sun. Art and antiques, cars and coins, office equipment and furniture, toys and tools. You can find it all at highbid.com. Highbid.com gives you access to thousands of auctions across the USA and around the world. Browse the most popular auctions, search for the exact item you want, or just explore the site. Go to highbid.com. That's HIBID.com and find what you're looking for today.
It's football season. Husker Nation and Famous Dave's is here to make your tailgate, house party, or get-together famous. Award-winning and house-smoked St. Louis-style ribs, Texas beef brisket, Georgia chopped pork, and house-made sides like our Wilbur beans, creamy coleslaw, and Dave's cheesy mac and cheese will surely tackle any barbecue craving. Visit famousdaves.com for all your catering and online ordering needs, or come visit us at our locations in Lincoln and Bellevue.
Game On at Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont, featuring our winning combination of Buick SUVs and GMC trucks and SUVs. And as a GMC Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles for your business needs. For the convenient and easy way to shop for your next vehicle, just visit our Fremont location or check out our full inventory at SidDillonBuickGMC.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
We are professional grade.
September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and the Team Jack Foundation raises funds for childhood brain cancer research. Please consider supporting the Team Jack Foundation by texting JACK to 243-725 or visiting teamjackfoundation.org. They had a check presentation, Coach, on the field last week for Team Jack from the road race that your players organized and put together in June. You got to be proud of a bunch of guys who, that means a lot to your players, and they have really wrapped their arms around that cause every year.
Yeah, that's a special event. I got to kind of show up and watch the end of that race this spring, day before spring game, and a lot of the volunteers got to come watch one of our practices earlier this fall. It's funny this year, a bunch of our guys put kids on their shoulders, and we're running them through the start. And Cam Taylor-Britt put a kid on his shoulders and ducked down because the clock they were running through was a little too low, and one of our other players ran through with a kid on his shoulders and hit the kid's head on the clock. So we got some guys that are too tall, I guess, but generally speaking, that's an unbelievable event and goes to a great charity and a great place. So hopefully we can keep that one going.
That's great. Doug in Norfolk on our text line got a question. How can a ball carrier stiff-arm a defender in the face pass and it's not a penalty? I've seen that happen a bunch already this season.
We were just talking about that as a coaching staff the other day, that, you know, an offensive lineman, if his hands slip up and hit the face, it's a penalty, and a defensive lineman, his hands slip up and hit the face, it's a penalty, but running backs can just do it. We ask the referees when they come visit every fall about that, and that's just the way it is. So I don't understand the logic of that either, but that's how they officiate it.
And kind of in the same line, a ball carrier can lower their head and go into a defender, and that's not targeting. But that's why I think there's such a gray area there. And I don't have the right answers. A lot of people a lot smarter than me that know football would maybe be able to figure that out. But it is frustrating. You watch some games, and, man, those things are all over the place, and some games it doesn't get called at all. In our chat room, people wanted to get your thoughts about Mackenzie Milton's performance the other night for Florida State.
Mackenzie's he's like family to me. He and I have been through a lot together. I recruited him starting when I was at Oregon, and then got him to come down to Orlando, and had some special times together. He's just a special human being and a great football player. He's a baller, and it was terrible to see the injury that he had to fight through, and seeing him back on the field was a pretty special moment.
That question came from Crypto King, who also wants to know if you have invested in Bitcoin yet.
No, a lot of people talk about that, but people are still explaining cryptocurrencies and non-fungible tokens and all this stuff to me, and some of it makes sense, some of it I don't understand at all, so I'll keep trying to stay up with the times.
Dorothy Lynch, home style and light and lean dressing, endless flavorabilities. Huskers get ready to play the Bulls of Buffalo. 2:30 kick on Saturday at Memorial Stadium. It's going to be hot, folks. If you're coming to the game, hydrate. Athletics is going to allow you to bring in 1 bottle of water that you can go refill. There are drinking fountains around the stadium that you can go get those refilled back up. But take care of yourself. You guys have probably misters and that kind of stuff on the sideline to help try to keep guys cool, don't you? You can probably put a few tents up down there as well.
There's going to be tents for shade, and they keep those things cooler, so guys are at least able to cool off between series. And I'm going to do the best we can. Unusually hot for this time of year, but we got to be able to play in all conditions.
That's where your depth may help too, right? You feel like you could probably run some guys out there now and not have any performance drop off.
Depth certainly helps, and we got to be smart with the depth and try to get a rotation going early and keep guys fresh for the end of the game.
You know, I've said this before. I think one of the best things the NCAA did was a couple years ago allow a 4-game rule where guys could play up to 4 games and not lose a red shirt. And you got some freshmen in the game last week along the offensive line. We talked about Buford earlier. Big Jalen Weaver got in there for a snap or two late in the game. That's a great rule, and that's something they got right.
They got that one right for sure. You know, just getting a few snaps here and there or a game here and there can really help you the next season. And sometimes you're forced into a situation where you have to play somebody in a game, and it's a shame to lose a whole year eligibility over that. So I think they landed in a good place on that one.
Like Ty Robinson, I think you were able to use that his freshman year. He played in a couple games late, but he still was a freshman when he came back to campus the next year.
Yep. It's helped us in quite a few situations already. And again, just getting a little bit of playing time. It helps the kids, too, going through their freshman year and knowing they have a chance to play, keeps them engaged and improving. And we even have some guys that are a little bit hurt right now that I think could come back and get some games later in the year. So there's a lot of benefit to it.
Teddy Prohaska got a chance to play some left tackle for you. You must be excited about him.
Yeah, Teddy's shown a lot of promise, and he keeps coming along. So I'm expecting good things from him.
Good player for the Cornhuskers. All right, Buffalo's here for the game on Saturday. And you talked earlier about the defensive side. They've got some guys, a rush end who's got, I think, 15 career sacks. Offensively, the quarterback's a guy that's played a lot of football for them, so he's probably not going to be intimidated coming in here and playing.
No, I know they'll be excited. Our kids are excited. They played for a conference championship last year, have a lot of those pieces back. They got some players that I think could play anywhere in college football, so we got to be ready. And I want our kids to go out and have fun and execute and just do the things that they've been trained to do and know how to do.
A lot of those schools, Coach, in the MAC, those players feel a little like a chip on the shoulder because maybe a Big Ten school bypassed them and didn't offer them a scholarship. They probably play with a little edge, don't they? A lot of those MAC schools do.
They do. I think a lot of kids at all the Group of 5 schools do.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're right. Kids that, for whatever reason, didn't get the offers that they wanted and probably deserve to have them. We don't do a ton of recruiting in upstate New York. We got Casey from up that way, but not a lot of guys that we're really familiar with from recruiting, but definitely a talented team.
Damian Jackson may be a little fired up for this week, right? I mean, the 9/11 tributes and stuff. Since he served our country, my guess is he may have the blood boiling pretty good on Saturday.
Yeah, Damian. I admire Damian for who he is and what he stands for, and I'm sure he'll have some emotions running, but he always does.
Runs hot. Good to see him. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Go drink, get some hydration in you.
Yeah, start getting some water in me now.
Gatorade, water, do all that. Hey, buckle up, put that phone down. It's a reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Huskers will play the Bulls of Buffalo on Saturday. Kickoff at 2:30. Our pregame coverage here on the network begins at 10:30 with Husker Game Day with Ben McLaughlin and Brendan Stye. Jeremiah Searles will join that show later, and then I'll pop in there to do a few little things here and there as well. That's going to do it for Sports Nightly tonight. Thanks to John Cook, Jessica for taking care of Hour 1. I want to thank Mike, Tim, and Andrew for running the board for us here tonight of Sports Nightly. Jessica's back tomorrow night with Jeremiah. I'm off to help the football banquet going on over in West Stadium tomorrow night. Good night.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Score a game-winning drive when you buy your next vehicle at Sid Dillon Chevrolet. As a Chevrolet Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles, including medium-duty trucks and low-cab forwards. Whatever vehicle fits your needs, we're here to make the purchase process easy. Visit our Chevy locations in Blair, Crete, Fremont, or Wahoo. Plus, shop our full inventory at SidDillonChevy.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Chevy, find new roads.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
Here we go again. The celebrating, the accolades. Ever since we added Marco to our team, our technology can't lose. Day after day, success after success, Marco's made our business IT a force to be reckoned with. The only drawback of being technology all-stars is keeping champagne away from the electronics. Find out what your technology could be saying at marconet.com.